Rise up, my gods and goddesses. It is I. What's going on, y'all? It's Shane on here. Today, there is no specific topic. I'm probably just going to name this video something once I actually start talking about something. But I want to get into self-control. I want to get into self-control for a minute. Because honestly, when it comes to this channel, I don't really talk about any of the things that I'm going through. I have, but I don't feel like I'm as vulnerable as I should be. I don't feel like I'm vulnerable with my viewers. And one thing I'm gonna just say right now is that obviously I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect human being. Just because I'm on this self-improvement and spiritual enlightenment journey doesn't mean that I know everything and that I am the best. I will always strive to be the best version of myself that I can. But I'm not perfect. We all have flaws, and it's okay. But with being vulnerable, one thing that I have personally, I have an issue with just being able to control myself. Now, I'd say control in every aspect, because one thing my old mentor told me was that how you do one thing is how you do everything. I didn't really understand what that meant at the moment, but now that I've matured just a little bit, I'm starting to see that how you do one thing affects every aspect of your life. And that instance, that could probably be self-control for me. So self-control, what is that? It's basically what it sounds, just having control over yourself, having control over your life, every aspect of your life. That could be your emotions, how you act, the actions that you take, just the way that you move, basically. And not a lot of people realize that how they're able to control themselves is how they're able to control their lives, how they react, their emotions, etc., like I just said. And one thing I want to touch on first is emotional control. How do people control their emotions, and what do people do with those emotions? Emotional control is very important for a lot of reasons. It really dictates how you move. No, that's the thing. Your emotions aren't always supposed to dictate how you move. You are supposed to control your emotions. Whatever emotion that you're feeling right now, you can always manipulate and do something with it. Just because you're angry, you don't always have to do something that makes you even angrier, or indulge in a negative or a self-destructive habit or action. It always doesn't have to be that way. And that's why when you have emotional control, you can still feel sad, angry, or any other negative emotion, but you know what to do with it. You know how to basically snap yourself out of repeating the same habits, repeating the same self-destructive habits that get you fucked up. And that's why I say emotional control is very important. Now, emotional intelligence, that's basically, they go hand in hand, I believe. That's my definition. They go hand in hand. And when they go hand in hand, basically use emotional intelligence to basically identify the emotion that you're feeling and knowing how to use it. Emotional intelligence is knowing how to use it. Emotional control is actually doing it, being able to actually take that action, being able to know how to take the right action, knowing which action to take, etc. Sometimes the way we feel can dictate a lot of our actions, and as I say repeatedly, not all of those actions are the best actions to take, which is why you have to be present and ask yourself, is this really worth doing? This is low key. Let me get on NoFap for a second, because I feel like, or just any addiction in general, sometimes it's not about being horny or, feeling like you need to smoke or just eat. It's more so how you feel. You react based on how you're feeling, and so you go to this steps. You're reacting to how you feel, and then basically you would go and abuse this substance because you want to make it better, but it's a self-destructive habit, and that's basically how addiction works. It's not so much the substance itself that's the issue, it's your emotions and how you're able to control yourself. But NoFap, for example, I'll say me because I'm somebody who I've had an addiction to porn. It's something that I low-key still struggle with. I never really tell anybody about that, but I'm doing a lot better than how I used to. This is normal for me, you feel me? Not watching porn and beating my meat. It's funny to say. It's funny to say, but anyways, it was never because I was horny or I felt like I needed to get a nut off until I got older, because we all have our sexual desires. That's normal. It's normal to have those desires. I used to try to completely cut them off, but nigga, everybody wants some, and that's okay. But it's about knowing if you should do it. Yeah, it's about knowing if you should do it or not. If this is the right thing to do, and do I need to do this? So when it comes to NoFap, usually as I said, I don't really be horny. Like even when I am horny, I don't have to like pull up, like I still don't have to pull up porn or pull up anything to, like, I guess you could say, ease that sensation, to alleviate that sensation. It's more so the emotional aspect, as I was talking about. Instead of using porn as a way to alleviate my sexual frustrations, it would be to alleviate my emotional pain, because that is the main trigger of most of my addictions, is my negative emotions and not being able to control myself in those moments, not being able to find a different solution to those problems. And obviously the first step to solving this issue, getting rid of this addiction, is obviously becoming aware of it. But now, when you have self-control, this is something I still struggle with. When you have self-control, you're able to control your emotions, you have emotional intelligence, you're able to stop these issues when the moment arises. You're able to put a nip in the bud, as they say. You're able to stop the sun. You're able to stop yourself from doing something destructive, something that could completely, fuck up your progress or whatever, your NoFap progress. When you're able to control your emotions and how you react to things, you're basically able to control yourself. And that is the biggest thing when it comes to self-mastering, is knowing you, how you move, and being able to change and manipulate those movements, those actions, if you don't like them. And 9 times out of 10, people don't like their actions, but they continue to do it anyway because that's all they know. We are all addicted to suffering in some way, shape, or form, because we are so used to those patterns of destructive habits and just shit that is always messing with us, shit. Self-sabotage. We're doing it to ourselves unconsciously. We think it's just the world around us that's doing us, like, that's putting us down, that's making us feel some type of way. But they say the world is 90% mental and 10% physical. It's not about what happens, it's how we react to it. And the way that we react to ourselves isn't always, it's fucking us up. We're fucking ourselves up. But essentially, yeah, we have control over our lives, whether we like it or not, whether we feel like we do or we feel like we don't. There is always something we can do, even if it's not a big change, even if it's something in our lives that's really affecting us. There's always the little things that you can change in your life to make it better. The smallest changes can make the biggest impacts. I mean, let's say you're in a bad environment. There's not really anything you can do about it, but let's say you meditate every day, you're able to control your mind, you're able to control your thoughts, your emotions, etc. It's not the most powerful thing you can do, but those types of actions, they make changes. Those changes compound every single day. And if you're doing it every single day, it'll make some improvement. You'd probably be able to control your emotions in these bad environments, the environments that you feel like you have no control over, you can't do anything about. You start to control yourself, instead of trying to control the environment. And that is the most important thing when it comes to control, is that you can only control what you can. Anything outside of you is just, you just gotta let it flow. You just gotta let it be. The only thing you can really do is control how you react, because you essentially are everything. You are your world. You create your own world, whether you like it or not, even if it's not something you have complete control over. The only thing you can have control over is yourself. I'd say that's pretty much it when it comes to self-control. And this video, as a matter of fact, I literally just came on here and just started spitting for no reason. I was like, screw it, let me make some. Like, I still like to do the spiritual, I still like to do the mental mindset videos. It's just something that I could just come on here and talk about. But the reactions are pretty cool too. I like doing them. These videos aren't probably gonna get as much views as their reactions. Maybe my reaction videos are falling onto the algorithm more than my talking videos, but shit, I don't really care. To be honest, I'm not doing YouTube to blow up. It's kind of like just having a platform to express myself, you know? So whatever I put out is what I put out, and I either like it or don't like it. YouTube either likes it or don't know. YouTube either likes it or doesn't like it. I'm still gonna be chilling at the end of the day. But anyways, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. This is Shano signing off.